You have come to that point where nothing holds you back anymore. It is fulfilling your vision, or existence itself is worthless. And I can tell you, too many persons have not found there. They are still living a life of uncertainty. They are still living a life without meaning. They are still living a life without impact, because they've not come to that point to understand that the meaning of life is not the breath on our nostrils. The breath on our nostrils comes for nothing except as we find purpose and we give ourselves to it. Because come to think about it, even the goat breathes. Even the dog breathes. Even the cows breathe. So if it's about preserving breath, then life has no meaning. You must come to that point where you find what was written concerning you in the Chronicles. Because it said to Jeremiah, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. It said, before thou camest forth, I sanctified you. I ordained you a prophet. What separates you from a cow is not your morphology. What separates you from a cow is what you are living for. What was written before you were formed in your mother's womb. What separates you from the animals is what God had in mind that occasioned your creation in the first place. And your duty in time is to find it, to live for it, and if necessary, die for it. If you have not come to that point where you have found it, you are living for it, and you are willing to die for it, trust me, you are stoppable. So when we are talking about the unstoppable generation, we are talking about the generation that has found purpose. And they have not just found purpose, they are living for purpose. And they are not just living for purpose, they are willing to die for purpose if need be. This is what this conference is about. That your life will find meaning beyond time. That the day will come that when you cross the annals of time into the other side of eternity, you will look back with fulfillment and say, the years that I had breath on my nostril, they were worthwhile. This is how the patriarchs of scriptures lived their lives. The Bible speaking about Abraham, it said in the world that is to come, it said men will come from the north, the south, the east, and the west to salute Abraham. Well, how did he live his life? That he became older than time. That even when time is accomplished, his legacy has a place in eternity. The Bible spoke concerning Moses, that even when Moses died, Satan came looking for his dead body. A man was so relevant that his dead body triggered contention between angels. And God had to deploy angel Michael to fight to preserve the body of Moses. What was it about the man? That his dead body, Satan didn't fight for Israel. There were over 5 million men in that wilderness. Why did Satan go for them? Why would Satan leave 5 million men and is looking for the dead body of one man? What life did that man live? So a dead body can be more relevant than a people. Yes. And God sent an angel to fight to defend the dead body. What kind of man was that? And Paul will come many years later. And when he carried the Torah, he didn't call it the word of God. He said when Moses is read. Moses became the word of God. A man's life became immortal. How did they live those lives? It said when Moses is read. So a man became a document that will preserve many generations. The Bible speaking concerning Elijah. The guy lived his life. When it was time to die, God said, no, you can't die. The things I want to do, there's no other man that can do it but you. So I will carry you bodily to heaven, preserve you for another generation. Then I will send you to earth again. And Jesus shows up, and he was on the Mount of Transfiguration. And the same Elijah is standing there and telling Jesus what to do when he gets to Jerusalem. And Jesus is teaching. And Jesus says, Elijah will come again. So while you are fighting for one lifetime, another man was given 4 different lifetimes. His life was too important that God himself had to immortalize it. Even when John came, the Bible said he came in the spirit and the power of Elijah. So who was Elijah that he was not permitted to die? You are praying, God protect me. Another person is saying, God, I want to die. God said, you can't die. I need you for my agenda. Too much for you to die. So if Elijah enters danger, it is God that will deliver him. I need you for another dispensation. Who was that man?